Well, good morning, everybody. It's Leanne with today's live. I missed you all last week. I was in Disney for the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip and had a wonderful time. The best part, two best parts, being spoiled by Stampin' Up!, but the other thing is, gosh, hanging out with the friends I've made in the 20 years I've been a demonstrator. It's we just love getting back together again after a year or whatever it is between events. And, the connections and the relationship that you make with these friends that you have so much in common with is undescribable. It's just, it's such a blessing. And, hugs and screams and squeals and lots of pictures. And we had just had the best time. I'll share a little bit more about that. But anyway, it's been 2 weeks since I've been on. Every week, Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Is when I share a few projects or swaps or tutorials or whatever. So I hope that you'll follow me on my Facebook page and or my YouTube channel under Flowerbugs Ink Spot. So let's get started. I will see if I can get my laptop synced up so I can welcome people. And here we go. All right. Oh, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for making time in your day to join me in my my video. So I really appreciate it. And I have a lot to share. So I have some sneak peeks that are coming up in new online exclusives, actually even the upcoming holiday catalog. We were, every day we were able to spin a prize. There's a room when you go on the incentive trips with Stampin' Up! Called the Hospitality Suite, and it's a kind of a gathering place. They put up all the swaps that we've made, so hundreds of swaps, and I shared some of the boards yesterday. No, I didn't share them. I will be sharing them. I don't remember if I didn't share them. I will share them on today's blog post in just a little bit, as soon as I'm done. We've been exhausted since we got home, so I'm not quite back on my usual schedule of posting daily on my blog, but that'll happen. Anyway, we have a door prize wheel that we spin for, and there's usually 3 choices, and it varies between product and logo merchandise. And I was lucky enough to win a few prizes, and my friend Susie Wood and I are sharing a prize. She got I'll explain in a little bit. Well, I'll just show you now. So this is a stamp set that's coming up, and I think I won this one. Yes, I won this one. I chose this one. I had a choice. There's 3 options plus a pick anything option. So I got this stamp set, Autumn Trees, coming out in the September through December catalog. And my friend Susie Wood got the dies. And these are the dies that match. And so we're going to take turns. So the first month or so, I'm going to keep her dies with my stamp set and make a few projects for both of us. And then I'll send it all to Susie, and she'll make a few projects and send my stamp set back and her samples and swaps back to me. So we'll be ready for our September launch of the new catalog. So that's kind of exciting. I think this is my favorite one because it's a silhouette type. You know how I love scenes. And this does not end, so you can have that as high on like a piece of, say, black cardstock, and it's a silhouette of a background. And so this could be thick or thin or whatever. So yeah, lots of neat projects we're excited to make for our customers. So that is one of the upcoming products coming out in September through December catalog. Another one that I chose was the Charming Day. And this is a stamp set. I believe it's a red rubber stamp set that is coming out, I believe, next month for demonstrators to pre-order. So we can order in June, and July will be when it's live for customers. So that will be a great opportunity for coloring techniques and whatnot, but I love the font. So yeah, that hits my button. Then I won this set of, let's see, Greetings for You Mix and Match Ephemera Pack. And this is a holiday item from the new upcoming September through December catalog. And there is a gorgeous set of 6x6 paper that is in this kind of a bundle. And there's also a set of cards that are printed to match. So this is definitely going to be one of my kits to go. I think I took pictures, and I'll share those tomorrow or today on my blog. I'm not sure. There's so much to share. We saw lots of sneak peeks and new things from the upcoming catalog. So the holiday one, I think, will be a good one this year. I think we'll enjoy it very much. And one of the gifts we got, besides this great big tote full of snacks, which I shared today on my blog, was this set of designer series paper. So this was a surprise on our as a little pillow gift last night at the end of, well, not last night, Saturday night, at the last day of our event. So it is a set of designer paper specific to the Grand Floridian Hotel that or resort that we stayed in. Lots of, I don't know, it was just a beautiful resort. And so this designer paper matches the hotel, so we can make scrapbook pages from our event. So that's pretty cool. I don't think it's going to be anything anybody can order because it's pretty specific to the event. But very cool. I don't believe they've ever done anything like that before, not in my memory anyway. So that was exciting. Let's see what else to share. Yeah. Okay. We have, of course, a starter kit special happening that is $165 in product for $99 with free shipping. You also get a paper pumpkin kit. So I'm so glad to welcome both Barb and Gwen to my team so far during this promotion. So if anyone is wanting to get a fabulous deal and join my team, $165 in product for just $99 and free shipping. So I hope you consider it. If you have a long wish list, that is the time to order. And you know, you don't have to stay. Stampin' Up! Hopes you'll join and hopes you'll stay. But they're okay if you don't. You can just order. This is considered an order. Just consider it an order for $99. But get a lot of product. But in the future, you get 20% off all of your purchases. So that's really exciting. And you don't have to meet your minimums until the end of June, July, August, till August. Actually, September. You can even last through September for the new holiday catalog. So lots of good opportunities for those who take on the starter kit special. I'm going to go into the inventory status report. So this is all of the items that are unavailable as of now. Only one stamp set, lots of punches, all of those. We hope that this is true, that these dates don't keep getting pushed back. I don't know what the problem is. We have one set of dies, the Arches dies, and quite a few embossing folders. In fact, 3 of these are brand new. Now, if you are waiting for a product very soon, they've been working on this. They thought they put it out there, but it wasn't working. So they're back to the drawing board. But soon, if you're waiting and want a product, you can add your email to that product online and get an email from Stampin' Up! When the product is available. So you don't have to keep checking back and checking back. But last week they said, or 2 weeks ago, they said it was ready, and it wasn't quite working. So they're hoping it will be working very soon. So watch for that. Okay, let's see. Now there is something new coming up in July, and we can start ordering this on May 28th. It is a virtual album retreat. Now this is specifically for scrapbookers because you will get 12 scrapbook spreads. And the cost is $250. It's a lot, but you get a ton of things for scrapbook spreads, and it will they will walk you through putting the spreads together on a Facebook live event. So it's actually a 3-day event, and you'll create 12 spreads and get all kinds of product, including stamp sets and dies and layers and flip flaps and all kinds of things. So I'll be posting this probably later this week. Well, maybe next week when it goes live, I'll do that. So you'll get all the details on that. So very exciting for scrapbookers. So that's that. Oh, let's do door prizes. Oh gosh, hang on just a second. Forgot to bring this over. Now, last week's door prize for somebody who commented is going to get this big pack of project sheets that are printed out and ready to go. I'll be mailing that to them, and the winner of whoever shared last week's will receive a free tutorial, a free 10 project tutorial from my tutorial shop. So the winners are Doris Munson and Mary Augustin. So Doris won a free tutorial from my, from my shop. That's flowerbookshop.net. So Doris, I think you're watching. You can go here and look at any of the tutorials and just tell me which one you want, and I will send that to you. Mary, I messaged you and I need your address so I can send these project sheets directly to you. So that's the door prize for last week's, well, 2 weeks ago video. Now, so congratulations, Doris and Mary. Thank you so much for commenting and sharing to get people aware of my videos. So the product for today is the, let's see, gold textured adhesive back dots. That is for somebody who just simply comments on this video. And the person who shares my video will get a free tutorial valued at $16 or more on my shop at flowerbookshop.com. So be sure that, oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Doris and Mary are both watching. So congratulations. All right, Mary, don't forget to send me your mailing address. I messaged you. Well, I didn't message you. I commented on last week's video. So you can just private message me that. All right, so don't forget to share and comment to get in on the door prize for this week's video. Let's see. Oh, I do want to mention I have my, I have 2 filled designer paper share, and I am on the process of filling up another one. And this is what the share looks like. So you get all of these designer papers for $17.50. That includes tax and shipping to me. However, there is a shipping cost to you, which is about $6. So it's $23.50 for me to mail it directly to you. So I think it's 54 sheets, and it is 7 different designer papers, 5 from the annual catalog and 2 from the online exclusives. So let me know if you're interested, and you can pay via PayPal or Zelle or some, that's a banking app if you're not sure what that is. Okay, let me make sure. Oh, I have free card kits with online orders from me in May. So starting at $50, you can get up to 4 free card kits, and up to 6 free card kits or more, depending on the size of your order. So they have everything punched and ready, just need greetings, and you even get printed project sheets for them. So if you're interested in sending and putting in an order, just go to shopwithleanne.com, and once you put an order in, if it's over 50, you'll get free projects and cards from me. So the projects that we're making today will feature the Impressions Abloom bundle. So this is an online exclusive, and I have a project or a printed sheet for that. Here are some projects. This is the designer paper that's included in the bundle. Here is the actual stamp and dies bundle. There is a set. There's a embossing folder. I'll show you that in a little bit because I have it printed out or embossed. So that's pressed flowers. Then there is a set of gorgeous strawberry slush and pretty and pink gems. They're like little rhinestones almost. They're clear though. So those are in the suite. And then there's a set of foiled frames and labels, ephemera pack. And I don't have those right now, so I can't share those. But I'll share what the two projects I made using mostly the bundle and the embossing folder. So let's get started. All right, this is one of the cards I made for a swap. And I saw a card similar to this online, and I thought, oh, that'll make a great swap. So I'm going to share that with you. Let's see. Yeah, my card is folded the same way. So this is, the colors here are Summer Splash and Strawberry Slush with the new Darling Duckling. Okay, so this is for our inside. And this is what we're stamping on. So I already stamped my greeting and cut and die cut and punched my flower, or stamped and die cut my flower. So this I'm going to be stamping and then trimming. So, and you know, I forgot to measure this. I made this card so long ago. Well, yeah, probably a month ago. I think it's 1.5, but I'll figure that out. All right, let's get started stamping. Okay, so when you're stamping, I'm going to get out my inks. So like I said, Darling Duckling, Summer Splash, and Strawberry Slush. I think they're beautiful together. I absolutely love them. So we'll start out probably with Strawberry Slush. I'm not going to open all of these right away. Okay, get my... Uh-oh. I did not quite ready for this. I have my, hold on, I'm going to get a block. Okay. My desk is just kitty corner from where I make my videos. So, luckily it doesn't take me too long. All right, so when you have a two-step stamp like this, you can kind of tell, I should put them similar. There's one, oh, it's easier to show you here, I think. There's one long petal, and I think they do that to keep something odd like these three here on a two-step stamp like this, that you can match them up easier if you want to. So I'm going to show you on the second card that you do not have to match them up. But, so I'm going to aim that flower down and stamp that kind of in the middle upper. Okay, now that's the solid ink. That is without being stamped off. And then this one, again, I'm going to aim that petal down. I'm going to ink and then stamp off once for a lighter hue. And then you simply, because of the photopolymer, you simply, we'll see how good I am. Not bad. So there is, you can still see the lines. It was off a little bit, but that doesn't bother me. Okay, so there. And then we have the center of the flower. I think that's all I need the Strawberry Slush for. I think. So the center of the flower, there are two. I'm only going to use the detailed one. Okay, all right. Now we're going to use the Summer Splash for the other flowers. And again, stamp, whatever way you do it, I encourage you to stamp the dark one first. So that's the one that's going to be more of a solid. I'm going to do it this way. Okay, and then on the inside of the card, while I have this ink out, I will do this one, and those are full ink, fully inked. And now, let's see, finding that. Like I said, I will be showing you, there we go, the when you don't want to match them next, in the next project. Okay. And it's actually, I almost like it better. I think this one is going to go like this. So I inked and stamped off, right? So I have a lighter hue. If I didn't stamp off, it would cover up the detail in that first stamp. So you don't want to do that. All right, next we'll do some leaves. And the leaf image, there are two, but I'm only going to do this one. This has a lot of this is a distinctive set, which is, if you know me, this is my favorite type of stamp set, where it has highs and lows among the image. And this is a great example of that. So we'll just do that for the inside. And here we will run it, kind of fill in a little bit. So I'm going onto the flower where you can't, it's on the flower, but it's not obscuring it. So here I will do there and there, because I'm going to put another die cut flower over it. You won't see that. So I'm kind of trying to fill in my white space a little bit. That should be good. All right, done stamping. Okay, now when you have, I'm going to move this aside. I'm going to cut this into 3 pieces, right, to add it to this layer. So I'm going to get my paper trimmer out, and the first thing I'm going to do, because I didn't write down my measurements, is to measure this. And it should be 4 3/4. Yes. Is that 4 3/4? Four and a half. Well, I don't know. I think maybe, isn't this something? I'm gonna go with 1 1/2 and use my finger, and nope, it is 1 or 1 1/4, so it is 1 1/2. We'll see. We'll see. Live video, right? Okay, I was right. Lucky me. I should have measured. So then that will all go on here, just spacing it kind of off center and leaving one side. And so I'll show you how I do this. I want these 3 sides to be the same, and I want this to be odd and a little bit wider. So I'm going to scoot in toward the edge a little bit. That looks pretty good to me. All right, did I bring my glue? Oh, I'm so with it. I'm so out of practice. 2 weeks off, or 1 week off, and I'm totally out of practice. Like I said, lucky my desk, my stamping desk, is just 4 steps away. So I'm going to pick up one at a time. Hopefully leave those there in place. And the nice thing about using the liquid glue, I know some people do not like it, but boy, it lets you position these and move them around as you wish. So that is my suggestion for you, is to use liquid glue. Otherwise you're peeling and peeling, and liquid glue just lets you slide it right in place or move it. Now, of course, you only have about less than a minute to do that, but it's still, for me, it's better than sliding. Okay, that looks pretty good. Very simple card. This is 4 1/4 by 11, and we are going to add this off to the side a little bit. Either match it or not, totally up to you. So like I said, I did pre-stamp this. Now this would be great if you also sponged it. I mean, you could easily sponge it. You know what? I have a sponge right here with a little bit of, Darling Duckling. I'm gonna try it. I just like adding a little sponging to some layers because it almost gives the appearance of another layer without effort. So you'll see the next card that we're going to use some sponging on as well. Okay. Grab some dimensionals. And yes, I'm partially covering that up, and that's okay. I forgot to stamp my inside of this flower. I better do that before I add it. Yeah, it's a fun card. I mean, think about creating a background and then cutting it and adding it to your layer, because it just adds just some fun to your card. It's unexpected, put it that way. All right, few dimensionals here. And you can either match it up or, and I think I'm going to this time, match it up with my stamped image, or you could go off like this card is, and then you add some of the beautiful gems. And these are the gems in the 5 new in colors. So I will grab a few. There you go. So while I'm showing these are last year's in colors. So aren't they beautiful gems? They are called in color flat pearls, and they are fairly flat. They're not terribly high like some of our cards, so they are absolutely gorgeous. So you're going to want to get some of these. Whether you have the colors or not, they will match many colors that we have. But yeah, so then the inside, we will simply add this piece. And there we have, oh, guess what? I didn't do that one either. Gosh, and I didn't do it on the other card. Crazy. So this is the small center for this flower, this daisy, and another flower, which you'll see very soon on the next card. So there is our card that we did today. So you will, and I'll have measurements for this and a free project sheet next week on my blog, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, depending on. But usually the beginning of the week is when I post my free project sheets. Okay, that card is done. Now we will move on to the second one. Oh, before I do that, I have to show you this one. This one is made mostly with the dies. So look at this. So this is the new cloud cover with Pretty in Pink. Isn't that gorgeous? I absolutely love it. I think it's stunning. So here, I didn't have my cloud cover ink yet, and I will talk about that in, well, actually I'll talk about that in just a second, but you can see I sponged pink, and I think I used a little bit of smoky slate on these for that, and used the arches dies for both these 2 layers, which are unavailable right now. And this is the mini corrugated embossing folder that is also currently unavailable, but I thought that these were leaves, but there are other leaves in here. I guess they're buds, so you just never know. So this right here is this piece, so it's kind of upside down, but that's for those 2. And there's another one, a stem, that's long just for a single flower. But I think Pretty in Pink and this new cloud cover are absolutely gorgeous together. Now you'll look at these little flowers, and those are here, right here. So you can get 3 at a time, and there's 2 dies. So I'll be sharing another card that we're making tonight at my last card club of the month that uses these with another project. So I'm anxious to share that with you, hopefully next week. So yeah, that is another beautiful alternative, just basically using the dies. And of course, the gradings are awesome on here as well. So, so yeah, this is one of my new favorite bundles. That I just love I'll show this this set of dies, the little long ovals, in just a moment for the next card. Okay, so this is a card we're making at my card clubs. Tonight is the last one. So I'm a little early for some of my gals. But same colors. This is still the Summer Splash, Strawberry Slush, and the new Darling Duckling. So, and this is that embossing folder. I have the pieces right here to share with you. So the embossing folder, hopefully you can kind of see that. It is just this soft sprig of detailed flowers that is kind of highs and lows depending on where you put it on the folder. You can kind of see that, hopefully. there's a group here and then a group here. So you can do a nice spread all the way across. So that's that layer. All right, so these dies right here, this one cuts this. So this single die will cut an inside and an edge. Okay, and then this one just cuts an inside, and it's the same size as this one, which I thought was a little odd until I realized that you can make a window and then add that on top of it. So this is just a little bit different than the other one. So as you can see, this one was layers on the outside and this one layers on it. So, and you can make a window without cutting this out with this die, but not with this one, because this will cut this. So there will be, and we'll figure out, I haven't figured out quite how to use that part yet, but it's still new to me. So there we go. Okay, so move that aside and start stamping. So the card base is the Summer Splash. And we'll just add this textured layer. And I do encourage you to use a strong adhesive when you're adding a textured layer, because it will resist the average tape runner. It will not hold well with the tape runner. Okay, so there we go. And you can choose to add this layer before or after you do. In fact, I'm going to do it before, just because I'm talking about it right now. So just a little line of glue. You don't want too much, and it does not have to be everywhere. Come on, glue. So I'm giving very little pressure to get a fine line here. Okay, whoops, that's a little thick. And when it's too thick, I simply spread it with the tip of my glue. All right, so now to get this evenly placed, I'm going to go for it. It's a little lower than high, but that doesn't bother me. Okay, nice and flat, and this one will be popped up. Now I didn't show, here's another card that shows the sponged effect. So I don't even have to ink this. I could, but I want a very light sponging, just to show the difference in the two whites, the frame or the outer stitched frame, and then this piece. So just very nice and fine. All right, let's start stamping. So when you're stamping something like this, I encourage you to start with your largest stamps. You can always fill in. Now I have a lot of space here, but if you're ever making a background, start with your largest piece to fill in. So you can always add your smaller ones. So fully inked on the detail image. Now when I'm doing the solid image, I'm going to stamp off, and this time I'm not going to match. I'm going to purposely try not to match. And you'll see what a kind of a full flower you get when you don't do it. When you don't match. See, it's kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say like fireworks like, but that's what it reminds me of. All right, I'm going to do a few in the inside. Well, maybe a few. Oh, this is my solid, but that's okay because I'm not trying to match. Okay, and then we'll do this one in full ink. See what I mean? It just makes a really, oh, that one was close. Really makes a nice full flower when you do not try to match. All right, we will move that aside and bring in and do some centers. There's two sizes of centers for these flowers because this is a large flower which goes with this center. So there we go. All right. Now we will do some strawberry slush flowers, and that's the smaller ones. So I think this is an easier flower to do. Let's see, I'm going to swap blocks here. All right, strawberry slush. Just do 2, that's plenty. And then this one, I feel like I have to match. Now there is kind of a square end on this one. So that's what I tend to go for, is the square end, which is this one right here. So the rest all have these like 2 bubbles or petals on them, and this one has kind of a square petal. So that's the one I tend to match up, and it usually works out pretty well to do that. I'm trying to go a little quickly, so I'm maybe not paying as much attention as I could. And now this time I'm going to grab, for my flower centers, we're going to do the blue Summer Splash for my flower centers instead of yellow. Okay, all right, and now the greeting on the inside, I didn't leave a lot of room, but I'm going to do the greeting this time in the pink, since I didn't use the pink earlier, or in the inside here. There we go. So now I think we can put the card together. I didn't do leaves. Whoops. Okay, I don't think I'm going to do leaves on the inside. We'll leave that. You can see the difference here. But we will do leaves on this one. It's just such a fun set to play with. And maybe one right here. Okay. All right, now we're done stamping. So this is all ready to go with on there. I just love these set of dies. I think they're so fun, kind of fresh. We'll add 5. Could do 6, but I'm doing 5. And then you can decide which is up and which is down. I think this is what I'm going to do here. Just work it right into there. And I already stamped this, so I'm just going to trim the end off. I love to do that. Just adds a little something, and it's so fun. Just a little different. Now I'm not going to pop that up because I already have pop-ups under there, and I don't want to do more. So basically I'm going to add adhesive across there, kind of partially cover up my flowers. And I have a pre-made bow with this pretty ribbon. It's white ribbon from the online exclusives that we have online. Now there aren't as many ribbons and or gems in our catalog, but there's a lot in the online exclusives. So I'm going to maneuver that ribbon so it's a little bit longer than wide and put that right there. And then you can finish up with more of those gems, those pretty gems. Although, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do some of these strawberry slush and pretty and pink gems, because we'll see what we like better. That, and trying to see where I put the gems before. I'm going to go with another, this one. Okay, this one seems off, but the way my leaves are, I don't have a lot of choice. But there you go. That is my second card for today. If you just joined me, let's add this to the inside. I shared 2 others, one how-to and one just a sample. So isn't that beautiful? I just love these colors together. So here is the other card I made with this set. And then an odd one out with pretty in pink and our new cloud cover. So those are the cards we did today with the Impressions Abloom. So I love the color combinations. It's so fun. Love playing with new product. It just kind of inspires you to stamp again, right? So let's see. All right. So I do want to share, for those of you who haven't seen it, my kits to go this month. They should be mailed out either the end of this week or early next week. and they feature the woven textures. I'll just put these up here. Woven textures designer paper and the neutral matte dots. You get a share of those. You get a share of the, let's see, Greetings for All Mix and Match Ephemera, because these were not stamped. Everything is punched and die cut for you except your designer paper, but you have instructions. So these are the products that you get in this kit. $31 plus shipping. Saves you money if you get more than one kit. I have to tell you, you'll save a lot of money on shipping when you do it that way. And I have one other kit that's new for me, and so this is a kind of a manly card set, and the layouts are so fun. Some are fun folds, but they're just fun to play with, these layouts, and you'll be able to use your own designer paper and other designer papers for these layouts because they're so different. Now the next one features the Impressions Abloom, which is, I can't remember. Impressions Abloom. Now I'm lost as the name of it. Florals. No, it's not the Impressions Abloom. It's Florals something. Gosh, give me a break from Stampin' Up! And I totally lose my train of thought and my memory on things. But it's in the catalog. Yeah, this one's in the catalog, the annual catalog. So these are all fun folds, and they include a set of, or a share of the gold stitched or gold stitch ribbon, gold striped ribbon, and the beautiful tiny bead trinkets. So you can see where I used those on these cards. So share of each of those, plus the online or the pre-cut cards that are ready for you. Everything cut but your designer paper, and they're all in easy measurements. And this is a pop-up for the inside. So yeah, I love the cards. And you just use whatever greetings you have to finish these. Everything else is done for you. Everything's punched and die cut. I didn't tie your ribbons because you get your own ribbon, but that's all you have to do is cut out your designer paper and stamp and assemble. So yeah, they're beautiful, beautiful cards. But yeah, all right, that's it for today. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week with more new projects from the new catalog. All right, thanks so much. Take care and have a great week. Bye-bye.